The following program is rated MA and may contain themes that may not be appropriate for all viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hip-hop, trendsetters, the school of hard knocks and that attitude era. Yeah, I just wanted to be one of the best. Holding the mic as I'm yelling out D-Generation X. I will remember it. I'll never forget it. We've come a pretty long way. There's so much I can say. It's never really gone away.
Welcome everyone to the Raw Patrol. I'm Chris Parrish, alongside with Chris Best. How are we all doing?
Oh, I am tremendously excited about this show, mainly for the one reason I see on my screen right now, and that is Paul Heyman and Austin Theory.
Yeah. And now we see in the graphic, though, two members of the Vision, and Austin Theory was not a part of that initial graphic. We have not yet seen or had confirmation about Austin Theory and the Vision. Right now, it is just a pure assumption that he is a part of the Vision based on how that masked man was helping out. But we did get the reveal last week that he is helping out the Vision. So we'll see what he says tonight. We also have Javon Evans making his Monday Night Raw debut, as well as more words from the Ring General, the man who made John Cena tap out, Gunther. And yeah, it should be a good show. We know that this is tape delayed. We know that this is an hour later than what we normally do. So we just want to say thank everyone for the patience. We want to say thank you for understanding that during this week, things are going to be a little different. So we appreciate it. Although, again, tell you that tomorrow night, Turnbuckle Talk, don't want to miss it. It'll be there live, 8:05 with that guy and Carl Carapel, as OMD is permanently stuck in the locker room right now. He fell in, so what can you do? Just like his Dolphins, he's stuck at the bottom.
I would say I feel bad for his Dolphins, but after yesterday, I don't.
I guess I can have volume on. That would help. Now, we do have a new look of Austin Theory, as we do have some bots in the system on the kick side. So, bye bots. You're not welcome.
I'm still, I'm not sure about this new look. It's going to take me some time to adjust to it. But right now, RHEA Ripley is making her way to the ring.
Now, I will admit that I had to fast forward a few seconds because I, like a rookie, did not hit my play button until after we started the show, not when the intro started. the show. So, I am back to where you are, so don't need to worry.
Yeah.
I've adapted because Triple H once says, "Adapt or perish." That's evolution. I'm perish. All I can do is adapt, right?
It's funny you mentioned Triple H because I watched this afternoon, I watched the Raw that happened after WrestleMania 14, where he basically said that because after kicking Shawn Michaels to the curb, he had to adapt. And he brought in the 1-2-3 kid, Sean Waltman, X-Pac, call him what you will, and
Six Pac, Lightning
Yeah.
Kid, Hell Kid.
and the New Age Outlaws to, as he said, form the genesis of DX.
Which, kudos to TNA for using that word for a pay-per-view name, because
Right?
Sega, come on. All of you guys, how do you miss out on an awesome name like Genesis?
Yeah.
And that's right. Shout out to the Sega Genesis.
Okay, so it's going to be Rhea versus Asuka. I didn't catch who Rhea was taking until just now.
It was on the thumbnail, bro.
I know. Yesterday,
There's a reason why the pun of the name is the way it is too.
I'm still running from a very, very, very long day yesterday, preparing for everything else this week.
It's okay. It's just a good old fun.
Yeah.
But I'm loving how there have been performers going back to their original theme song that they had before Def Rebel, like we're seeing with Asuka. Some, for example, Nia Jax, have yet not. Some, like DIY, have just had fun using different ones all the time.
Yeah.
So, but it is kind of nice to see that. And I feel that the performers have now that complete say, or at least they're speaking up for it. Now, that was very rare. We see Rhea Ripley starting very, very fast, very aggressive in this match. We did see a male referee get in between Rhea Ripley and actually used his body to kind of move her back like he would normally for anybody else, but we don't normally see the men referees do that with the women. I found that very surprising.
Yeah, and he's still doing it by keeping Rhea separate from Asuka while Asuka was outside the ring. Of course, Rhea found her way around, I should say.
And I kind of wonder if this is done purposely, because in the past we have seen Rhea Ripley ironically use the pun to her advantage and manhandle some of the men on the roster. We saw it a lot with her time in Judgment Day, and we kind of saw it in some forms after, as she kind of beat up Dominic Mysterio a little bit, but that's nor here nor there.
I remember a time where I can't remember who Kevin Owens was feuding with from the Judgment Day, but we all wanted to see Rhea Ripley get stunned by Kevin Owens.
Why do I want to say it was Finn Balor?
It might have been
Finn or Damien, I'm sure. One of the two. But, I mean, let's also just recognize how awesome it is to get Rhea Ripley versus Asuka to kick off Monday Night Raw tonight. Just two of the very best women performers in WWE. And it's really a fresh fight. You know, like we've seen a lot of them kind of mix in with tag and stuff like that over the years, but we haven't yet to kind of really see much. And I just noticed we do have the flags of Japan and Australia on the back of both of Rhea's boots, indicating the countries that her and Io Sky are from. Just ironically, it is also where Asuka is from as well.
Yeah, and this match is definitely a change of pace from the opening match on SmackDown, where in which the Kabuki Warriors took on Lash Legend and Nia Jax. I found that match to be very, very slow, and it was a little bit weird for me, at least, to see Asuka and Kyrie working at that pace. And I get it that they were trying to match pace with Lash Legend and Nia Jax with the pace that they could go, but it was just a little off-putting for me.
Was it really them adjusting, or were they being forced to work a slower pace because of the power and strength? Whereas with Rhea Ripley, she does have the power, but I mean, as we still got to remember, she is still in her 20s. She is still quite quick inside that ring. But I will also say this: Asuka has really emerged back to prime Asuka with this later run, and it's very, very impressive.
Yeah, I know that there's a few of us at the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program who are not fans of Asuka. I, for one, am a fan of hers. I absolutely love her work in the ring and outside the ring. Heck, I'm even a fan of her vlog channel on YouTube.
I think with Asuka, she can almost be a victim of who she works with, because she's such a professional to the point where she'll have a good match with anyone. But when she's with somebody like a Rhea Ripley, maybe even like a Stephanie McGear or a Natalia, where you know the physicality, you know the aggression is going to be turned up and even wanted by both parties, it really brings out the best of the Empress of Tomorrow.
Yeah, that's where we see little bits of her as Kana come into play when she's in the weight ring against any one of those women. And that's exactly what I'm getting here right now.
As we're enjoying this opening match, do want to let everybody know that if you want to follow and support Turnbuckle Studios, hitting the like, hitting that follow, hitting the subscribe button, hitting that notification bell button are all great examples of doing so, whether or not you're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or The Kick. You can do just that and help support Turnbuckle Studios, and you can be alerted every time not only we go live on stream, but also help us out of getting to our goals, as we are currently on Twitch at 212 in terms of followers with a goal at 220. Help us get there. And if you want to sub to us on YouTube, that is very much wanted. We do have a sub goal. We are 10 away from that sub goal. Well, Rhea Ripley now has that amazing kind of submission on. It's almost kind of like a reverse, kind of Texas cloverleaf in a way.
Yeah.
Oh. It's always impressive to see Rhea Ripley just quicken up her pace every time she's the baby face. But when she's a heel, she does have that quick pace, but she knows when to slow it down. And it's just always amazing that she can do that whenever she has to. And it's just quite the feat. As we got Bobby Stats coming in saying, hello, guys. Hello, Bobby. How are you doing tonight?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think you're right about that. Like, it is amazing to see like how Rhea can easily change up her in-ring style bit, whether she's baby face or heel. And there's very few wrestlers who I think could do that. One wrestler that does come to mind is Owen Hart. Owen Hart took his babyface tactics, turned it heel. Rhea can do the same thing. It's amazing to see that.
We do see some blood coming out of the nose of Rhea Ripley. Whether or not it's from one of the vicious strikes from Asuka or could just have been a shot into the piercing that just gets her, but do have a little bit of blood coming out of the nose. I can only assume it is more of a piercing wound. It's not a constant flow like a nosebleed typically would.
Yeah. But Bobby Stats, thank you very much for liking the video, and everybody else who's watching, do exactly as Bobby says. Hit that like button.
You can be a stats man, do. Be like Bobby. And Bobby is doing wonderful. Yes. Hopefully that impression was good.
That was beautiful.
Thank you. I've never been known for impressions. And Bobby says he is starting to make shorts on his YouTube channel. So people, go check them out. He checks out. It's a lot. Oh, and thank you, Bobby. I appreciate that. This match has been completely just nonstop right now, and it's been fantastic.
Yeah, I'm actually really enjoying this, and I gotta wonder now that yeah, that's just what I thought.
Yeah, we get a little bit of the Kairi Sane involvement, which just means one person has to come out now, right?
Yeah, and that's Io Sky, despite her injury that she's favoring from the attack last week.
Who kind of looks like a human Christmas tree with her green top and the red hair. Definitely in the festive spirits, which, by the way, everyone watching Turnbuckle Studios would like to wish everyone a happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Despite what your Lutheran traditions are, we want you to have the best week possible. And even if you don't celebrate anything, we just want to say, just have a good week.
Oh. Well, right now, Asuka's got a lot to celebrate about.
Yep. Asuka picks up the win, uses all the interference as a distraction to get the 1-2-3. One half of the women's tag team champions is victorious here tonight against Rhea Ripley. But can't say anything better about just what a fantastic matchup this was between two of the very best in-ring competitors on Raw in the women's roster.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you really break it down, the women's roster on Raw is just absolutely loaded.
Yeah.
As we have Bobby Stats, and I'm enjoying this match too. And that you guys are the best. Well, I mean, best is his name, man. I mean, that's just who he is. Now we have a promo where Paul Heyman is explaining to both Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed why Theory could very well be a great fit for the Vision.
Yeah, I kind of got, and I hope I'm kind of wrong on this one, but I thought I saw seeds of doubt with Braun and Bronson there.
Well, and let's kind of look at it from their point of view too. When they've been as dominant as they are right now, and Braun Breaker is completely set on becoming the new World Heavyweight Champion on January 5th of the new year, you can't blame him for being a little sidetracked with the Theory and Masked Man stuff. Although the Masked Man that we found out to be Austin Theory has helped Braun Breaker out more than anybody else in the Vision. So if anything,
Yeah.
Braun Breaker should be very happy about this. But
Yeah, I thought I detected a bit of uncertainty though, but we'll have to wait until later on tonight to see how everything unfolds now.
oh, you did. I'm just
Mhm.
explaining, like, if you were to go in the minds of them, why that uncertainty was. I'm just also saying, from a generality standpoint, he should be a little bit more okay with it than suspicious. But we will hear from the ring general tonight. But we will say the beauty part about this being a little bit of a shorter episode of Raw, because, well, it's pre-done, pre-taped. Therefore, we have no commercials, none of that stuff that we normally would get in between. So as we have the man coming down after this, we will then play a couple of our ads for everyone, just so you can be aware of, if you need last minute ideas for gifts for the holidays. Even just say, I blame it on the parcel department, they just couldn't get it done. Or you just want some for yourself, we'll show you where to go, and then also how you can be a part. And Bobby, we always appreciate you watching this show. As among other shows that we do, we love having you here. You're just very positive, and you just really are a true example of what we're trying to do, and have a positive community and enjoy the world of professional wrestling. Oh God, Becky is claiming that she is the real Intercontinental Champion. And I'm just thinking, what happens if she brings a bogus women's Intercontinental title out, and we do the whole Shawn and Razor WrestleMania 10 ladder match all over again, but for the women? I mean, they might be in the state of Michigan, but when it comes to the microphone, Becky Lynch is a true piston of a promo.
You might even say that that was a grand promo.
Well, I will say she might have spoke to the max, as now Maxine Dupree is out. And I kind of have to say, I think we need to get new music, a new Tron for Maxine Dupree.
I think so too, because right now it feels like they're distancing her away from Otis and Tozawa. I think it's time to get her something new.
I don't think she's distancing herself.
Mm-hmm.
I think what she's doing is establishing herself, because let's face it, if she's wrestling women all the time over a women's championship, there's no reason for two men to ever get involved, especially as on the babyface side.
Yeah.
If I was Maxine, I'd just be like, I beat you 3 times. That's just not me saying it. That's the entire city of Grand Rapids saying it right now. And Maxine is fighting fire with fire on the microphone. As Becky might have been a piston, but she has shown everyone that she is a champion on the microphone too.
Yeah, Becky may have been the piston, but Maxine was the Wolverine.
I don't think you're understanding my piston reference.
I think so. I think I am, because I was referencing Detroit Pistons. I was referencing and the University of Michigan Wolverines.
Yeah, I just always stay professional. I don't worry about this amateur stuff. Ronald Guzman, thanks for coming in, but we don't think the same way.
No, we definitely don't, because right now we're getting a fantastic fight between both Maxine and Becky right now. And that's the thing that I got to think that I'm hoping that Becky doesn't do, but she may be undercutting Maxine a little bit here, because this next matchup that Becky is going to be in with Maxine, she's going to get a completely different Maxine than what she had when Maxine won the title.
And we also have to remember that Becky Lynch is not just needing to worry about Maxine. There's also AJ Lee that's right there too. She might have too many hands in the fire right now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I had this idea, and this might shock you.
Mm-hmm.
As we have positive
vibes only.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. I did not notice the double V, so good call. How are you doing? Thank you for coming in on Kick. We appreciate it. But my idea is if Nikki Bella is to win the women's title, and I understand where if you're just like, what are you saying?
Yeah.
I say she should 100% bring back the Divas title.
Oh, she would generate so much heat for that.
Exactly. Yeah. And we're doing just fine positively, or positive vibes only.
Okay. So I totally didn't catch what Stephanie McClure and Adam Pearce were saying because I was distracted by the Eric Rowan lookalike, unless that actually was Eric Rowan sitting behind him on the computer.
Very well could be. Positive vibes only. You have to be a little bit more specific. There are two Chris's here. Although this very well could be an inside joke with you.
But right now we're getting ready. Yeah, we're getting ready for Rayo and Javon Evans. This is gonna be a hell of a match.
Yeah, and I have a theory that I wanted to throw your way and for the chat as well. Oh, positive vibes only. We are watching Monday Night Raw, and we're doing the Raw Patrol because we survey the scenes that is Monday Night Raw. And thank you very much for the wish of Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas as well. And I hope everybody is enjoying the week that is. But my theory is I don't know if we all saw AAA but this past weekend, but we saw El Grande Americano. Oh, I am being summoned to sing. Dear Lord. I wish you a Merry Christmas. I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
That's a clippable moment.
Clip that, motherfucker.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, as we just saw an USO segment where they are challenging and that are receiving a World Tag Team Championship shot against AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. And if I'm not mistaken, we're going to probably get that next week on Raw.
Regardless, that's going to be a hell of a match. But you were saying about you had a theory about we were talking about Rayo and you had a theory there.
And also I will get to that in 2 seconds, but this is what I like. The chat gets in the way of our conversation, gets us to go 6 feet away. It's fantastic. I appreciate it. Thank you. And I'm glad I gave you a new ringtone. And Bobby, you are not alone. Usos with AJ and Dragon Lee are going to be fantastic. But my theory is we saw El Grande Americano shake the hand of Rey Mysterio while having some issues with Dominic Mysterio. But did you notice the gear that El Grande Americano was wearing? It was nothing but the red, white, and blue of the United States of America.
Yeah.
They were in Mexico, and he has been known to wear different gear. What if, and just what if, this starts a feud with Chad Gable? And now instead of the debate of who gets the character, we get Chad Gable and the Creeds feuding with Dos Americanos moving forward.
Oh, I like where you're going with that. I like that. Yeah, I definitely do like that. But at the same time, we did see Dominic also wearing the red, white, and blue because they were representing, or they were calling themselves Los Gringos Locos 2.0.
Yeah.
as a tribute to Art Barr and Eddie Guerrero, who originated that tag team name. I would love to see this dissension between Dom, and I would love to see Chad Gable come back and battle this El Grande Americano, basically as if to say, like, I brought this evil into the world and I'm going to take it out or something like that, you know?
I want Raya's boots. Like, so bad I want those boots. We are in Canada. I am from Alberta, and Chris Best is out of Ontario.
Yes, I am.
If you are from Canada, what part of the Great White North are you from, eh? Well, we do more than just love wrestling around here. We could be considered our local entertainment. But we prefer just to be Raw Patrol and have a good time from a lower of you. If you want to get holed up, you might want to watch Sandy's app and his.
Ooh, Bobby Stats presents an intriguing question here. Which NXT wrestler do you guys think will have the breakout year in 2026?
Well, if you watched my show yesterday, I did predict Fallon Henley being your 2026 Iron Survivor champion, as well as Miles Bourne. So I'm going to go with those two for my men and women.
I'm going to agree with you, actually.
But we do have Rayo and Javon Evans on our screen, and they are. It's always intriguing to see anybody from Los Americanos on our screen, but we've seen a pretty much clean one-on-one match.
Yeah, and we can't count out the fact that, El Grande Americano had a match on Saturday night, but so did Rayo and Bravo and Javon Evans, as they were all a part of AAA on Saturday as well.
Vibes, man. Don't ask us. It could have just been a kick thing.
Yeah, I didn't see anything come across our chat at all.
I'm not even on Kick, so I don't even control it.
Yeah. Bobby's got Miles Bourne and Ren Sinclair, and I can honestly see Ren being one of those breakout wrestlers in NXT next year.
And her and Kendall Gray just got a big win on last week on Tuesday. Another shout out could be Kendall Gray as well. Just an absolute natural when it comes to this business of pro wrestling. And the current Iron Survivor champion, she does have an opportunity at New Year's Evil to become the NXT Women's Champion. She faces JC Jane.
Now, when we talk about NXT call-ups for 2026, I already feel like Javon Evans could be one of those wrestlers that's coming up. It already feels like he's on the main roster with the amount of main roster matches he's had within the last half of this year.
Yeah, I definitely think this is a true tryout phase for Javon Evans, but I will still just remind everybody he is 21 years old and just understand that, yes, he is still fairly young, which just like Roxanne Perez was. And Roxanne Perez, although she was maybe ready in 2022, 2023, we still waited until earlier this year for Roxanne Perez to join the main roster, and I think it was worth the wait.
Yeah, what I like about this, I like how you said this is more or less a trial phase for Javon Evans. I like what the variety of opponents Javon Evans has had on the main roster with matches, because it allows him to learn how to work the main roster style versus his style in NXT, and just it allows him to understand the transition between wrestling in front of an NXT crowd versus wrestling in front of a Monday Night Raw or a SmackDown crowd.
Yeah, and I think it also just allows a lot of people to see a lot of different sides and see, has he grown? Has he taken the advice of what he does in NXT to heart?
Yeah.
And how does he utilize that advice? And anybody who's a young, aspiring pro wrestler needs to understand a lot of veterans will only get upset with you if you ask them for advice and you don't utilize it. They're not asking you to change everything about yourself and do what they want. They're saying, try it out because they have seen it work.
Yeah.
And they want to just help you out. So try it. Not every piece of advice that you get will be beneficial. As Javon Evans has just picked up the 1, 2, 3 on RHEA.
Yeah.
But it's definitely worth the attention and worth trying out because you're not asking that advice for no reason.
Right.
And what a brilliant maneuver and just an experienced maneuver from Javon Evans after the match, as the rest of Dos Americanos came in and he got out of the way and got out of the ring. He understood the difference between fighting a fight that you can't win to live to fight another day, and that is what he's doing. I'd say this: if the New Day were baby faces, he would be perfect for that role.
I actually see that. And I wouldn't be too opposed to that happening if the New Day do flip back to babyface at some point.
Or you can bring Street Profits over and pair him up with that.
Yeah.
And so now we have a backstage segment with AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. And what I've noticed right now is Dragon Lee is getting the majority of the microphone time. Spot coming in saying Von Evans would be great for the Royal Rumble. And I think that just says a lot. I do believe that we're going to get a lot more NXT representation out of the Royal Rumble than surprises.
Yeah.
Seeing how it is in Saudi Arabia, I'm not saying there won't be them. I'm just saying don't be surprised if we get more NXT involvement.
And see, that's where my surprises in the Rumble usually come from, is the wrestlers from NXT.
Mm-hmm.
But we got Braun Breaker cutting a promo right now. We're going to take ourselves a quick little commercial break.
Yeah, before we do, can you please play both the Help Wanted and our Redbubble ad?
Sure.
Thank you.
The Turnbuckle Studios store is open for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the merch and represent the best from the shows you watch on a weekly basis. Multiple styles to choose from with over 10 products available. Don't get left out and pick up all your favorites today. Find us at carlcarafel.redbubble.com.
A Turnbuckle affiliation program is looking for more people. If you have passion level for pro wrestling, sports, video games, or something else, then Turnbuckle Studios is the place to be. If you have ever wanted to pursue content creation and want to join our team, then we would love to have you. Check out turnbucklestudios.org or contact us by email today because your future is now, and we want you to tap in.
And you can definitely check out turnbucklestudios.org right now, and you can get very familiar with all the functions. But if you want to hit /join after ORG, that is your gateway of opportunity where you have an opportunity to let us know if you're interested in joining our team and becoming the newest member of the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program. And just by doing so, you will get access to everything that we have access to, as well as our guidance if you want it. So please go hit turnbucklestudios.org/join for your way of answering the help need. Now, if you want to go to carlcarafel.redbubble.com, you can get yourself some merchandise. Why? Because that is our online store, and you can either get a shirt, sweater, whatever the case may be in terms of clothing, as well as other accessories. All it is just slapping our logo on and saying, I support Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program and everything that comes with. And you can just go one step further than everyone else and show your support. And we thank you very much for that. carlcarafel.redbubble.com is that. And if you want an easier access, just hit that little QR code that's right in that corner, and it'll take you right there.
There we go. So we got Nikki Bella on the announcer table. I thought she was somebody else for a second. So bravo, Nikki, for changing up your look.
That's a sick jacket, I will say that.
Yeah.
Bobby says, I like your guys' t-shirt. I would have loved if she said Nikki F and Bella. That would have been awesome.
Yeah.
Put a little stank on the name, you know? But I will say, when she's pissed off and giving us some attitude, she's a good promo.
I will give her that. I will give her that. I actually did like her heel runs during her original full-time run. I despised her as a babyface, though.
But someone who doesn't know if really what side they are on sometimes because of dual personalities, but somebody who's been a champion on the heel side, somebody who's been a champion on the babyface side. We got your role model, Bayley, coming down with the inaugural Intercontinental Champion, Lyra Valkyria, who, by the way, I picked as my call for the 2026 Women's Money in the Bank.
Yeah, and I like that one. I like that choice. I still don't even know yet who I would pick.
It's not easy predicting what we think a whole next year is.
No.
But it was fun to try out. As Bayley is taking on Roxanne Perez, Judgment Day's own. And I'm liking so far we are seeing unity within the Judgment Day. Now that Liv Morgan has come back, we have seen trust and unity, especially throughout the trio of women of Roxanne, Liv, and Raquel. We have seen a little bit. Maybe it's a power struggle. Maybe it's more when Liv was gone, Raquel wanted to be number one. We know Roxanne always wants to be number one. We know Liv is a number one. How is that going to fare moving forward if we have three number ones in the Judgment Day? Are they going to be unified, or are they going to fight? And that is the big question.
And see that, yeah, that's the question I have with the Vision as well, because all three women can lay their claim to be alpha females, as can the men in the Vision. And that's what I thought, and honestly, that's what I thought Liv was going to do when she came back. I knew she was going to kind of come back and try to reunite everybody, because let's face it, before Liv returned, there was a lot of dissension between everyone in the Judgment Day.
Now, we talked about potential NXT call-ups. If NXT was to call up somebody like a Sol Ruka, and you were to pair them up with pair her up with Bayley and Lyra to go against the women of the Judgment Day, that could be very interesting.
Oh, that would be definitely. And I like that you went with Sol Ruka, because now you got the two Cali girls in Bayley and Sol Ruka there. With Lyra, who looks like she could be a Cali girl, but
she's far from being a Cali girl, but
yeah.
And already a belly to Bayley on a Roxanne, and just right off the gates, just a quick, like, these women are bringing it tonight.
What I like right now is we've got the women brawling on the outside of the ring, but I like the fact that Liv is keeping her distance right now.
Well, I mean, if she doesn't, and she does get physically involved, she will disqualify Roxanne Perez. And that is, I don't think, what she wants to do.
No, she would definitely wait until the referee is distracted or something like that.
And the one thing I do admire the Judgment Day is, over the years, they do care about the W's. They do care about winning. Like, as much as they like having the odd man advantage, odd woman advantage, they also like having wins, because they understand the power that comes with being a winner. So the fact that every time we see Judgment Day in the ring, there's a true effort to win. I can appreciate that from the Judgment Day.
Yeah, and I have to imagine that this match has to have women's tag team title implications on it, because we know Bayley and Lyra are going to want their shot. Liv Morgan has already expressed her interest in getting the gold back.
And earlier we saw the tag team champions secure a win in singles competition when Asuka defeated RHEA Ripley. So you also have to add RHEA and Io to that, as you have to expect that they're going to want a piece of the Kabuki Warriors as well.
Yeah, and let's not forget the former champions, Charlotte and Alexa, want a shot, and Lash and Nia have expressed wanting a shot as well. That's what I love about the women's tag team division, because like a year ago, it felt like there was barely any women to challenge for the tag titles, or any credible women's tag teams, I should say. But now we've got a list of women's tag team contenders, and I love it.
And the good thing is we have a feud over the women's Intercontinental title, a feud over the women's championship, and the WWE Women's Championship. I'm sure we're going to get something over the United States soon.
Oh, we are. We do have one right now.
Yeah. But do we really see that going that far?
No, it's probably going to end on the first episode of SmackDown. That's my assumption. But for those who didn't catch SmackDown, Julia's wanting her rematch against Chelsea Green.
And what I mean, with the heel presence, we know that's not sustainable. So
yeah,
But Raquel Rodriguez now in sight and not wearing purple.
And this is where Liv's involvement comes into play now.
Mm-hmm.
But I wonder, is this going to prove to be enough of a distraction for Roxanne to get the win?
Yeah, I don't know. We are talking about Bayley, a very seasoned veteran here.
Because now Lyra's been taken out of the equation.
Mm. Right now, we're seeing Roxanne get a little emotional in the ring as she can't finish off Bayley right now. So needs to be able to stay with the task at hand.
Yeah.
But let's also point out, though, that Roxanne Perez and Bayley have gone on record on multiple podcasts saying they've wanted matches together.
Yeah.
So this is just an absolute fantastic thing to see, that as Liv Morgan now has gotten involved and pulled the leg of Bayley, now trying to get in the ring and bring a distraction into the referee.
Okay, they're huh.
As Liv Morgan came into the ring to show distraction, as that gave Roxanne Perez time to expose the middle turnbuckle, threw Bayley's face into the exposed turnbuckle, but while she was pinning her, Raquel got on the apron to distract the ref from counting. That allowed Liv then to pull Raquel out, that let Lyra jump off the announce table onto both Raquel and Liv, only to see Bayley recover and now hit a belly to Bayley on Roxanne. And now we have seen Lyra slap Bayley to get her into new gear.
Yeah.
Have I covered that perfectly?
You covered it spot for spot.
Okay.
And I like that. I just kind of realized Bayley's the female Festus. I just kind of realized that with the way Lyra uses attacking Bayley as a way to pump Bayley up and to make her snap.
I don't want to use Festus in any way to describe Bayley. Because what Festus didn't do is what Bayley just did, and that's when she picked up a big fat dub on Roxanne Perez after following her from a Macho Man style elbow. Oh yeah, boom, right.
But it's interesting. We talked about the dissension with the Judgment Day before Liv Morgan came along. It seems like there's going to be a bit of dissension between the women now. There was a massive miscommunication there, clearly, that led to this loss.
Well, and you have to wonder why Raquel got on the apron.
Mm-hmm.
What was the reason? Because really, in all certainty, Liv was doing the job. And that was the big speculation when Liv was hurt. Are we going to see Liv getting upset with Roxanne Perez being involved in the Judgment Day? Right now, we are seeing nothing but Liv Morgan accepting Roxanne Perez in the Judgment Day, and there has been issues with Raquel and Liv, who at one point were Teflon. So is there more to this that we need to worry about? Is there jealousy from Raquel that Liv has taken an appreciation of Roxanne?
Yeah, we'll have to find out when that triple threat match takes place, too. As Raquel is going to be challenging for the title alongside... Oh, this is all going to be taking place on the Netflix anniversary episode.
Okay, so we have Maxine versus Becky for the Intercontinental title. Stephanie Bakir defending her title against Raquel Rodriguez and Nikki Bella. CM Punk is going to be defending his World Heavyweight Championship against Braun Breaker and his single-digit brain. His words, not mine.
Yep.
Still, to this day, one of my favorite burns. But right now, we got Bronson Reed and Austin Theory backstage. Now,
those are some interesting words from Austin Theory.
well, I was going to say, we saw Bronson Reed saying, this is the big leagues, kid. Now, no disrespect for Bronson Reed, but you're talking to a former two-time United States champion, Money in the Bank winner, and somebody who has defeated John Cena. I wouldn't show disrespect to Austin Theory that way. And Liv Morgan, of all people, settling everyone down.
Just as I said, she tried to do when she came in.
But it's Raquel who's shown a little bit of anger and resistance as she starts off saying she has to prepare for her world title match. We do have to know that despite what we saw Dominic Mysterio and Finn Balor there as well. We did not see JD McDonough. JD McDonough did get successful surgery done on his hand that Finn Balor has let us know was done successfully. We will see JD McDonough back shortly. It will not keep him out long term.
Yeah.
So do not worry about JD McDonough. But right now, the Ring General is coming out. We will speak from the man who has retired Goldberg and John Cena in a calendar year. And my pick to retire Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam in 2026.
He's my pick to retire Brock Lesnar. And I don't know if he's my pick to retire AJ anymore, but he originally was. I do see a tease, like we did see a tease between the two men, but I'm not certain anymore. I think that's a match that you can probably have at the Royal Rumble.
Did I perhaps maybe shy you away from that when I proposed maybe the Frankie Kazarian match on my show yesterday?
I thought about that because I like that idea too. But who knows? I may be bouncing back and forth on this, on who AJ's last opponent could be.
The only other match I will say, and if this guy just has the balls to leave a company and join the WWE, give me Maxwell Jacob Friedman to be the guy that retires AJ Styles, and that is how he starts his WWE career. Yes, please.
Yeah.
I just love this version of Gunther. He is just taking everything next level. We've never seen Gunther be this interactive with the crowd, this egotistical. But we've also never seen Gunther this determined as a heel at the main event level. He took jokes with Jey Uso. He took him lightly. He tried to bully him. We saw that. This is a more determined Gunther. This is someone who he wants to be the villain, appreciates being the villain, and his mission statement is to say F you and give the fans an attitude adjustment in the process.
Yep. And this is part of like why I think Gunther could be one of those guys, could be that guy who does retire AJ. Because AJ is also a very well beloved wrestler. And it seems to me that that Gunther has been taking out all the well beloved wrestlers in Goldberg, in John Cena. AJ Styles could very well be on that list. Brock Lesnar could very well be on that list as well.
Now, it's pretty crazy and wild to think that this is the Gunther we're seeing after Ludwig Kaiser, Giovanni Vinci are no longer associated with him.
Mhm.
That Imperium is no longer associated with him. It almost seems like Imperium is such a distant memory from the Ring General. But accomplishments are not. He's been NXT UK champion for over 800 days, the Intercontinental champion for 666 days, two-time world heavyweight champion, and he's retired Goldberg and John Cena, and he's still in his prime, and there's still a lot more to go. It's pretty wild what we've seen this man do by just being in WWE for what, 5-6 years?
Yeah, I was going to say between SummerSlam and now, because I've watched Gunther longer than that. I watched him since he was Walter in WCPW.
Mm-hmm.
This is the longest I've seen him without a championship.
Yeah. But speaking of championships, the world heavyweight champion is coming out in CM Punk. And he does have a match with Bronson Reed and Austin Theory alongside his partner Rey Mysterio later tonight. But
I like this match.
is he overlooking Braun Breaker right now while he's going eye to eye with the Ring General?
Maybe this is our Royal Rumble match.
Maybe this is a foreshadow to WrestleMania.
Either way, I like it.
I'm only saying that to protect my thought of Gunther being your 2026 Royal Rumble winner. But no.
I like this match too, actually. Gunther and Ray. But then again, just about anything you can put Gunther in, it's going to be a great match.
There's something about Ray going back to his classic look that I just love. The exception of his mustache.
His goatee.
And facial.
Yeah, I definitely have old school WCW vibes with his gear lately, and I'm all for it.
Oh, I am too. But his mask just resembles initial, when he first debuted.
Mm-hmm.
But
what I'm also loving is that, these guys are basically a one night only tag team. I like the fact that they're matching.
And what I know everybody else would like is knowing what our weekly schedule is like. So as we prepare for the main event here of Monday Night Raw, with Austin Theory teaming up with Bronson Reed against Rey Mysterio and CM Punk, the World Heavyweight Champion, let's tell you our World Heavyweight Championship lineup our weekly calendar. Check this out.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Eastern. Thursday we go TNA when we brace for Impact at 7:55 p.m. Eastern. Friday we secure all details as we answer the call for the SmackDown security detail at 8 p.m. Eastern. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. Eastern. On Sundays be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Eastern. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day.
And that is what we have every week. And the one show that you do not see that we have is the PLE Patrol. And that only happens when there is a PLE or Saturday night's main event. Yes, we know it's a television show. It's not a premium live event, but it's an excuse to do it. So shh. Miss you, Chad Gable. But once again, go to turnbucklestudios.org. Why? Because you can go there and you can find out all our latest episodic shows with a click of the button, because we show them to you. Because that's what we do. We give, we give, we give. It's a holiday season, and it's better to give than to receive. So go to turnbucklestudios.org and get your fix right now, because it's okay to be an addict as long as you have it under control. And it's healthy, and it's good for you. And watching Turnbuckle Studios and its content is good for you. So go there now and get your fix on as we're preparing for a main event. But Chris Best, do you want to let us know what we saw with the Ring General while we're watching that last segment? And
yeah,
we're going on.
Yeah, we saw Gunther was about to leave the building, and once again he ran into AJ Styles. I couldn't catch what was quite said there, but again, it's just another tease to this potential match. When and where, we don't know when this is going to happen, but
I will say this from a logical standpoint. We all knew it was John Cena's last match.
Mm-hmm.
Why are people so mad that Gunther won and beat him? And I mean from like a wrestler standpoint, like, why are we getting so much hatred for Gunther for doing his job? He didn't cheat.
Right.
He didn't do anything dastardly. He beat John Cena straight up. Why is he getting this hate from everyone?
We all knew it was coming as well.
I know. As Austin Theory is starting off the match as he demanded in the back against Bronson Reed against Rey Mysterio. And this just takes me back to pandemic times when I see Theory and Rey. See him. Punk doesn't even care if Theory is looking at him. He is clubbing him from the back. Because as he says in his entrance, it's clobbering time. And we can only know that CM Punk just has hatred for Austin Theory, as he has cost him on multiple occasions.
An announcer this Friday, guys, on the SmackDown Security Detail, we are going to have Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre under one roof. That's just a powder keg waiting to explode. Nice.
Thank you. Hey, StreamYard's going to let us do generated backgrounds. I'm going to try something out right before Christmas. That's right. Why not? Me just having a little fun. But what a situation we're getting though is CM Punk and Rey Mysterio together having a tag match with each other. Like, we remember the feud they had. We remember CM Punk singing happy birthday to Aaliyah in a creepy ass way. Maybe it was the love of, like, Rey Mysterio remembers what he said about Dominic in that frame, and he's like, yeah, you're right. But who knows?
I forgot about that feud until you mentioned it.
Hey, it's what I do.
That promo though, I definitely remembered the promo.
Kind of surprised because, like, you love bringing up, like, comparing things from back in the day.
I mean, I made the Owen Hart comparison earlier. So.
Exactly my point. So. But Austin Theory, though, sporting the new gear, kind of something that you would see back in WWE 2K20, you know, with all those, like, weird stuff that was going on back then.
Yeah, he kind of looks like the gear kind of makes me think of like a post-apocalyptic soldier.
It kind of seems like if they got the Braun Strowman gear right.
Yeah.
But a different look for Austin Theory. Not only does he have the shaped head, he has different gear. There is no more spandex on Austin Theory. So, girls, I'm sorry. Or guys, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No old school SmackDown logo for Austin Theory anymore.
Well, should it? He is on Raw.
Yeah.
But
with Bronson Reed just applying all that weight onto CM Punk right now.
Yeah, and also shout out to his boots as well. He normally wears black boots, but he has something different here tonight, and I like it. It's almost like I have to see them again.
Yeah, they're sort of like a white color, but I can't make out the pattern on the boots.
Yeah, it's almost like snake skin in a way.
I was going to say, it is giving me Jake the Snake Roberts vibes, because those were the types of boots he wore to the ring.
But also very intriguing that, you know, in wrestling terms, we were seeing CM Punk taking the heat in this match. That I find is very odd in the sense that CM Punk is the world heavyweight champion.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I guess it would be a lot simpler for guys of Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed's size to have their way with the smaller superstar in Rey Mysterio. Or not Braun Breaker, but Austin Theory. But also, yeah, I guess you don't want Bronson Reed just murdering Rey Mysterio live on TV. Now, do you?
No, but we might get that considering they're in the ring together now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and sorry, but subtlety of Rey Mysterio. The one thing that I love that he hasn't been doing a lot lately, he's brought back the question mark on his gear. And I just love that.
That's why I was referencing his old WCW gear, because the question marks were a heavy part of his WCW gear.
Well, the way he did that Hurricane Run on Austin Theory, it reminds us a lot of WCW Ray. Like, I'm sorry. John Cena, I apologize, but Rey Mysterio is how old? He's been doing it how long? He's had how many knee surgeries, and he still moves like that? I think Rey Mysterio could very well be the GOAT.
It's funny you ask how long Ray's been doing this. He's been on American TV. It'll be 30 years this July.
He had his first match at the age of 13.
Yeah.
As Calibre. Yeah. Know my stuff. Should be. I was in the audience when he won his first ever world championship. And right now, in 2025, he's still going strong.
Yeah. My only two experiences with Ray was a match he had against Orlando Jordan at a house show in London, Ontario. And a throwaway 6-man tag where he teamed up with Billy Kidman and Paul London to take on all three Dudley Boys at SummerSlam in 2004. And a very happy Monday to you, Tyler.
And Tyler, do not apologize for being late. We appreciate your company. Tonight is winter. There's a lot of winter. Yeah, had fun. On StreamYard, they gave us the idea of having AI-generated backgrounds with that Christmas season being upon us. And it is the week of Christmas. We thought we'd have a little bit of fun. Also, just put it up like recently, so... Yep. 72 hours till Christmas. Who would have thunk it?
Yeah.
But we have Bronzer Reed just manhandling Rey Mysterio right now. And the one thing I've noticed too about Rey, like you can tell he's gotten a little bit smaller too, which I think is good. Not having all that muscles on his joints. Probably gave him a lot of issues.
Yeah, because I'm going all the way back to when he was tag teaming with Mystico. His WWE name is escaping me right now.
Sin Cara.
Yeah, there we go.
You're old.
He was much, much bigger around that time. And when he took that year or two away from the WWE, he really slimmed out, and it's shown that he could still go.
Yeah, nobody told Rey that in order to get bigger, you don't have to equal the amount of rice that Yokozuna ate with Mexican rice, which we know is delicious.
Yep.
But this aggressive version of Austin Theory, though, I have so much time for this. It's a little bit more methodical. He doesn't pander. He doesn't showboat.
Yeah, he's definitely not the cocky Austin Theory we saw with Grayson Waller before he left. This is a different Austin Theory, and I like it.
It's almost like he's just more determined. But as he said earlier in this episode, he is not going to wait. He is just going to take.
And maybe with the guidance of Paul Heyman, he could very well be the man to take it.
Mm-hmm. And Paul Heyman has had a liking to Austin Theory all the way back from his Evolve days before he was even signed with WWE. And WWE was initially just working with Evolve.
Yep.
This is all back when Paul Heyman's protege was working in Evolve. And that protege, by the way, was Gabe Sapolsky, for the people who may not know. Former creative head of Ring of Honor, then became the creative head of Evolve.
And I think he still actually helps or does work with Evolve under the WWE brand.
He does. This is actually the second now stint with WWE since WWE purchased Evolve.
Yeah.
And just the awareness of CM Punk there. Yes, he finally got Bronson Reed off his feet with that clubbing blow, that clothesline off the top rope. But the first thing he did was knock Austin Theory off the apron to pin Bronson Reed. Now, a lot of people could look at that as giving Bronson Reed a couple seconds to kick out, but he also made sure that he didn't give Austin Theory an opportunity to break up a pin as well.
That stiff clothesline to Ray. Wow.
Love it. Love it. It's a mix between Ray's speed and just the physicality of Austin Theory.
Yeah.
That brought that force. And just when we thought Rey Mysterio had the pinfall, it was Bronson Reed who leg swept Ray right out of the ring and dropped a big thunking elbow. We have CM Punk now going up with Bronson Reed, just flying out of the ring, getting him into that announcer's area. As we now see the match kind of specifically now go back to Rey Mysterio and Austin Theory, the legal men in this match.
And Austin Theory with that vicious curb stomp.
I love the fact that we're seeing a curb stomp done from Austin Theory.
Yeah. This, do we have any word on like how long Seth is going to be gone for?
He did give an update and he said about 6 weeks that his timeline kind of puts him very close to WrestleMania. WrestleMania is not out of the question, but it's not certain yet. As we did not mention to say, Austin Theory did pick up the 1-2-3 on Ray in that after that curb stomp. And as CM Punk was attending his attention to Austin Theory, Braun Breaker is now out.
Because I have a thought. What if we're building to Seth Rollins and Austin Theory at WrestleMania?
What if we're building to a potential CM Punk and Seth Rollins tag team? An enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yep.
To a T on that one.
That's an even strong. That's a strong possibility too. Because they'd be united for their common enemy in the Vision. Mm-hmm. That makes a lot of sense.
Then you bring in Roman Reigns, and it's almost kind of the Shield from its original days, minus Dean Ambrose, right?
Yeah, that's right too, because it was Punk who brought the Shield in.
Mm-hmm. We all know the original idea of the Shield was supposed to be Punk's hitman. That turned into somebody turned into just them coming in and helping Punk right off the bat. Ironically enough, who was managed by Paul Heyman at the time.
Yeah. Wow.
Bobby, you have a great Christmas as well, but don't forget, we do have another show tomorrow at 8:05 as Chris Bass and Carl Carafell talk on Turnbuckle Studios with one of the primary shows of Turnbuckle Studios, Turnbuckle Talk. That will be live tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Still one last live show before Christmas. Unless PlayStation Showcase is live. But nonetheless, Chris Bass.
That's a taped show.
There we go. So great. My segue got cut off by the truth, which is fine. But Chris Bass, let us know where people can find you. What were your thoughts of tonight's Monday Night Raw as we were left with Braun Breaker spearing CM Punk before the go home?
Okay, so I actually really enjoyed this show, and you guys don't hear this often out of me when it comes to Monday Night Raw episodes. I plan to go back and rewatch this one. There's a lot of moments I want to relive on this episode of Raw, especially Austin Theory. I want to be able to relive him working as a heel, him cutting promos as a heel again, just so I can get a better feel for like what kind of an Austin Theory we are going to get in the future. But if you want to find me at my socials, guys, it is my link tree, lanktr.ee/Chris_best83. And how about you, Parrish?
Awesome stuff. You can find me on my link tree at Chris Parrish. You can see me next on Sunday at 12:15 p.m. Eastern Time with episode 109, New Era of Wrestling. The Chris Parrish podcast comes to you on all my links that you can find on that link tree, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, even Spotify, TikTok, even the good old-fashioned Instagram. What I loved about Raw was just the dominance of the women. We saw two amazing matches with Bayley versus Roxanne, as well as Rhea versus Asuka. Maxine Dupree cut her best in-ring promo against Becky Lynch, went toe-to-toe with her on the mic before she put her toe in Becky's arse. See what I did?
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic stuff we have. As you said earlier, we have depth in all divisions of this women's division, and it is stronger than ever. I cannot wait to see how it goes. I also want to shout out from an earlier episode. I predicted 2 title changes, and we had one with John Cena winning the Intercontinental Championship. We have just short of 10 days left in the year. Will we get that second? That is going to be a curious thing. I want to know if I'm correct on that. But yeah, that is what we have. And that is where you can find me.
And on that note, I forget the famous words of OMD. So Parrish, I'm going to hand it off to you tonight to end the show off.
Awesome. I'm going to just have new words because it's a lot of fun. Everyone understand that without each other, we don't go anywhere. So if you don't look forward, you can never achieve success. Have a happy holidays. Have a Merry Christmas. Have a great week. This has been the Raw Patrol with missed opportunities, but you have been absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.